Hey mom, when are you coming back home? I'm starving. Oh, Sarah, I just finished work. I'll be home as soon as I can. You're always working. I'm sorry. Mom, could you try to be a bit more like a mother? What? I'm coming home from school and there's no food at home. Isn't it normal for mothers to prepare a meal for their child? I never said I won't feed you. I'll make something as soon as I get back. Besides, you're in middle school now, so you should help out too. There are kids your age who can cook. What do I have to do with other people? I have you to cook for me. So hurry up and make something. There's no need to be disrespectful. Hey mom, do you know where my gym clothes is at? No, I don't. Did you wash them? I didn't have time yesterday, so I'm doing it now. Huh? Are you kidding me? I'm going to be late for school. What are you going to do? I don't know. I work the night shift and I'm busy too. You have to start preparing for yourself. Who would have thought you'd be this careless? Careless? If you think that way, why don't you start doing your own laundry? I don't want to. It's too much work. Then don't complain. I mean, it's not my fault that you're useless, right? What's the matter with you? I'm not your help. I mean, you're close to something like that, but. Excuse me? Oh, never mind. Hey, Regina. How are you? Hi, sis. What's up? I'm kind of busy today. I've been working late. I want to send you some pictures and let me know what do you think about it. Wait, what is this? Why is Jason and Sarah with you? Well, the three of us are having dinner right now. What do you mean? We have a plan to have dinner to celebrate Sarah's birthday. I was in a hurry to get home and get dressed. Well, Sarah asked us to take her out. What? Sarah asked you that? What do you mean? She said she'd rather celebrate it with me than you. So I took her shopping. Then I met up with Jason and now we're having dinner. Are you serious? We even made plans to go get our nails done. She promised we'd go shopping together. So why? I even told my boss I'm leaving work early. What's going on? Hey mom, I really wanted Aunt Lauren to celebrate my birthday. To be honest, I wish she was my mom. She has better taste than you. What? I mean, she looks fabulous. She always dresses so nicely with perfect makeup and hair. And then there's you, always in jeans and a shirt. No makeup, hair tied back. It's kind of shabby. And honestly, it's embarrassing when you come to school. I can do nothing about it. I often run straight to school after work. I'm a nurse. I don't have that much time in my hands. Is that why you invited my sister to celebrate instead? No, that's not it. I just told you why. What? I wish you was my mom. What do you mean? Honestly, I want you to divorce dad. Huh? He's with it too. What? Jason? Yeah, Aunt Lauren is beautiful and he gets thrilled when he's with her. He said he'd be happy if that happened. You're kidding, right? I feel the same way with dad. So, I got you the divorce papers. Pretty sharp, right? Divorce papers? What are you talking about out of the blue? I wanted to do it before my birthday, so. The divorce paper is on the table in the living room. Dad already signed the papers. You just have to sign it. Sarah, are you being serious? Of course I'm serious. Otherwise, I wouldn't have prepared the divorce papers, right?
Why are you doing this? Why would you want us to get divorced?
Because I want to. You're a bad mom.
What?
You don't prepare food for me when I get home. You tell me to do my own laundry. All you do is work. And you always look shabby. That's why I prefer Aunt Lauren than you.
It's because I'm working. I've been working night shifts to provide for you. I don't have time to take care of myself.
There's a lot of mom that makes effort. You're just making excuses. Even I can see through that.
But your friend seems to be helping out with the chores. Your friend's mom told me that her daughter has her own chores, unlike you who doesn't lift a finger.
Don't blame me. You can't even do house chores right, and on top of that, you don't even know how to take care of yourself. That's just you. I'm embarrassed of you. On the other hand, Aunt Lauren is way different than you.
What?
She's older than you, but she's perfect in every way. I can brag about her at school too.
That's because she doesn't think about anything else but herself. She puts all her time and money for her looks. But hearing all this from you, I know exactly how you feel about me. Same with Jason too.
I'm so glad.
I'll do whatever you guys want. I'll agree to the divorce. I have no intention of living with you guys after what you did.
Thank you, Mom.
Don't call me mom. I'm going to cut ties with you guys. I'm heading home and pack my stuff and get out of there. Take care.
Hey, Regina, how are you?
Why are you hitting me up? I don't want to talk to you anymore.
Oh, stop being so uptight. I called you because I have to tell you something. I finally got married to Jason. Me, Jason, and Sarah are finally family.
There's no need for your updates. I don't want anything to do with all of you.
You don't have to be so cold. I've always envied you.
Why?
Well, because Jason is good looking, works for a well known company, and he's kind. I was hoping to meet someone like him.
Well, I'm glad to hear that.
He asked me to marry him the other night at dinner. I was so surprised I almost jumped out of my chair.
Good for you. He was still living with me that time, though. I find it funny that he asked you to marry him.
Regina,
What?
I feel sorry for you. Your husband and your daughter abandoned you.
You don't have to feel sorry for me.
But I'll make you pay $500,000 for child support.
Huh? Why do I have to pay for child support?
Well, because you relinquished custody. Sarah's about to go to high school and college. She needs money. It's normal for you to help out with that.
And what does Jason think about that? He wants me to pay child support?
Of course. You have good income and you get your bonus. I thought $500,000 is easy. I mean, you just have to work double shifts if you need to.
Seriously?
Well, you must be devastated. Sarah asking you for divorce. And just like that, you had to move out. Everything happened so quick, huh? But you still have to fulfill your responsibility as a mother, no matter the circumstances.
If that's the case, why don't you ask the real mother?
What?
I don't know what on earth Jason is thinking. Why should I pay child support if I'm not the real mother?
What? What do you mean? Sarah is your child, isn't she?
Sarah is a secret child with another woman.
What? How is that even possible?
I know, right? I was going to take this secret to my grave, but Jason had an affair right after we got married.
No way.
Then one day, Sarah was left on her doorstep, wrapped in a blanket. It was like a scene out of a movie. It was just a letter asking us to take care of her.
Wow, it really is like a movie.
At first, I thought she was just an abandoned child and was going to report it to the police. But Jason confessed everything. We couldn't just abandon the child, so we ended up raising her.
I didn't know. Does Sarah know about that?
No, she doesn't. She doesn't even know we were divorced.
What? Divorced? You just got divorced not too long ago, right? Sarah gave you the divorce papers, right?
We've been divorced way before that.
What? What do you mean?
I was going to divorce him the moment I found out about his affair and the baby. But Jason insisted on raising Sarah with me. Seeing the baby's face, I couldn't bring myself to abandon her. At that time, we decided to divorce and live together temporarily to see how things would go. Before we knew it, decades has passed. Basically, Jason and I were just roommates. Sarah is under Jason's name.
What? I'm so confused right now. What does that mean?
It means I'm not Sarah's biological mother. We're not related and I'm not her legal guardian. You cannot claim child support from me.
Oh no, I can't raise Sarah with no child support.
But, you filed for marriage, right? Didn't you adopt her?
Yes, but
Then you're obligated to raise Sarah, right? Sarah isn't particularly studious, but she seems to have a desire to pursue higher education. I guess you'll need $500,000. So you have to start working hard now.
wait. I listened to Sarah's wish that I do the housework perfectly. I quit my job when I got married. I don't know if I can pay that kind of money.
I mean, who does? But as parents, you're obligated to raise your child, so you gotta figure it out and pay up somehow, huh?
That's impossible.
But that's what every parent in the world do. I'm sure you can do it too.
I don't know.
Oh yeah, I don't know if you heard from Jason. He was fired from his last job.
What?
The company you said that was a well-known company?
You're kidding, right? I haven't heard anything.
Oh no. A married couple and you don't talk about anything important? Well, let me tell you something. My current company doesn't pay me enough to afford Sarah's school. So I had to work night shifts too. Because of that, I was exhausted every day. I was breaking out and I didn't have time or energy to get dressed up.
Oh,
It's frustrating to be belittled by Sarah like that. Makes you wonder what you were working for so hard in the first place, right?
I didn't know anything.
Sounds like he didn't want to bring up his problems, huh? That's the kind of man he is. Well, I know you're gonna go through a lot, but good luck.
Mom! Mom, I know you see my messages. Please reply.
I'm not your mom, though.
Mom, I want you to come home. Please.
Why?
Because Lauren can't do anything. She can't cook, so we always end up eating ready-made meals. And when she does the laundry, the clothes are always wrinkled. The bathroom is always covered in mold, and she can't even clean it properly. I just don't want to live with someone like that.
Oh, isn't that what you wanted? You left me because you wanted to be with her, remember?
That was more like a temporary lapse in judgment, you know? I didn't know anything about Lauren. Plus, she's just so clumsy. That's why she don't look any better than you.
What? That's so rude.
Her hair is always so messy. She doesn't even wear makeup because she can't afford it. She comes to school in torn clothes, and I'm so ashamed of her.
Well, she must be having a hard time making ends meet.
Why not? I mean, Dad's making good money, but
He doesn't get paid enough, okay?
what? He used to brag about how much money he makes.
That was a long time ago. After he switched companies, he couldn't even make ends meet on a monthly basis.
Then why did he give me so much allowance? He would buy me anything I wanted right away.
That's because I was working so hard. You used to make fun of me all the time, but I worked so hard that you could have everything you want. I worked hard day and night, and when I get home, you are always treating me like your maid. Even though it was hard, seeing you enjoying your life made it easier.
Then you have to come home and work for me again, Mom. I don't even get a good allowance anymore. Thanks to you, I can't even go out with my friends.
I guess that's just the way it is, isn't it?
Huh?
This was your choice. You all kicked me out. I would never go back there again.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry about what happened. Come back and work hard again. Then I want you to give me an allowance and buy me some clothes.
How can you be so selfish? Have you ever thought about my feelings? I've been raising you as my own child, and suddenly you abandoned me.
Your own child?
Oh, you should know the truth by now. I'm not your biological mother.
What? Then who is my mother?
You're the child of the woman that your father had an affair with.
That's not true.
He begged me to raise you with him. I thought I'd raise you as my own. I thought I could do anything for you.
No way. So I'm not your child?
If you want to know the details, ask your dad.
But you raised me all this time, so you're my mom, right? So work hard for me and give me an allowance. I have a lot of things I want you to buy for me. Please.
You are something else. Where did I go wrong raising you?
What?
How can things work out that way for you? I'm already divorced from your dad. I'm not your legal guardian either. So from now on, you should cooperate with your father and my sister Lauren and live together.
Don't say that. You're my mom.
Don't ever depend on me again.
Oh no, Mom. Regina, why would you tell Sarah something unnecessary?
About what?
The secret.
Oh, she's been talking nonsense. I thought it was time for her to know the truth.
She's been out of hand since. She got so violent. She won't listen to me or Jason. She's treating me like an old lady.
Well, I'm sorry to hear that.
She's so disrespectful. She's like, learn how to cook, redo the laundry, work harder. You're responsible for this, Regina.
Huh? You're the one who's responsible. You took them away from me, and then you went on bragging about your marriage? She's your guardian now. You two should be responsible. It's none of my business.
It's your fault for hiding the fact that he had another child with another woman in the first place.
Do you really need to say that? I've raised Sarah as my own child.
I didn't even know about Jason's job. Thanks to that, our household finances are in shambles. I was counting on child support, but that didn't happen either.
That has nothing to do with me. Isn't it a bit unfair to blame me?
You're the one who set me up.
How can you say that? You messaged me out of nowhere and kicked me out of my house. You've got to be kidding me. I don't have anything to do with all of you anymore. Please leave me alone.
Then what's going to happen to me? Sarah's out of hand stealing money and always going out. Jason isn't doing anything about it. I don't know what to do. I'm getting out of here. You should come back.
I just told you to leave me alone. What part of that you don't understand? I've been divorced with Jason. It's not fair of you to say that.
If I knew it will be like this, I should have never gotten married.
It's too late for that.
Do something about it.
No, it's none of my business.
You're my sister.
I don't consider you as my sister anymore. I keep telling you I'm a stranger who has nothing to do with this.
Please help me. I can't do this. I have no money. Sarah swears at me and calls me an old lady. And of course, Jason is having an affair.
What? He hasn't learned his lesson? That guy is just hopeless.
So please help me, please.
I can't. You chose to marry Jason. He just wanted to take everything away from me. There's no reason for me to help you.
No, I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Save your only sister, please.
I'm done with all of you. You, Jason, and Sarah. Figure it out yourself. I'm blocking all three of you. Don't ever contact me again. Bye.
Regina, wait.
After that, unable to bear the situation, my sister fled the house. And after a dispute, the divorce was finalized. My sister, who always wanted to be a housewife, quit her job, taking loans to make ends meet. I heard she's working at a bar to pay her debts. She must have borrowed quite a lot of money. Rumor has it that John and Sarah are still living on the edge. Sarah has been running around with her bad friends. I've raised Sarah since she was so little, so it's not like I don't care. But I'm not involved anymore, so I'll just leave it like that. Now I work less night shifts and made more time for myself. I've started taking lessons and now I'm enjoying learning new things. From now on, I would like to spend more time taking care of myself.
Hey, Janet, where have you run off to? Hello, Rita. What did you want to talk about? I put all the paperwork for tomorrow's presentation on your desk. So I'd like you to go ahead and copy all of those and make enough copies for everyone coming, please. You want me doing all that today? There are going to be 21 people attending the proposal meeting, so please make that many copies for me. Even the CEO and a few other higher-ups will be there. So make sure all the papers are properly aligned after copying them and staple them together. Hold on for a moment. I'm already heading back to my house right now. Huh? Why are you doing that? You still have a lot of work to do today. You can't just skip work like that without telling anyone. Didn't you hear that since last week I've started to work shorter shifts here within the company? I know that for normal work weeks you all have to work until 5:30, but as for myself with this new schedule, I'm only needed in the office until 4 p.m. And because of that, I'm sure there are other people in the department there to help you now. So, because of that change to my schedule, I'm not going to be able to do any work for you right now as I'm not in the office. Well, why don't you just turn around and come back here? Please don't say such nonsense. I already stamped my time card and everything. I don't want to have to come back in and create an unnecessary problem for HR. So, you're not even going to listen to what the full-time employee is asking you now? Just because you happen to be older than me and have more years under your belt here doesn't mean you can talk back to me now that you're working part-time practically. As for the amount of work you have there, that's up to the department manager. So if you find that you have too much work for yourself to do, go talk to them, please. The department manager is not here right now. Well, then you can go to another high-up that's currently in the office with you and ask them for their help with the situation. I'm sure they'll be able to help you figure something out. Also, wasn't that task to have all those copies made and then stapled together a task given to you by the department manager? Also, you have only been within this company for 2 months. You are still only considered to be a new hire. So I wouldn't push your luck too much when it comes to the work you're being asked to do. Depending on how well you're able to manage your time and do your job here will ultimately decide where you move up to in the future. And even if you had been here for multiple years now, you trying to push your work off onto another employee like that is a no-go. Ugh, geez, who the hell cares about any of that? Hurry up and get back here so that you can copy these papers for me. Then you'd like me to call the office right now and tell one of the managers there that you are currently trying to push your work off onto other people? Huh? As of right now, I am not supposed to work any overtime when it comes to my schedule. So if I'm to come back to the office and do more work today, I'm going to have to go into overtime, and HR would not be too pleased with that. And at that point, I'd have to explain to them why I came back into work and put more work in. So if you're completely fine with me explaining the reason for clocking back into them, then I'll be back there really soon. Whatever. I get it now. I'm going to have to do all this work myself now then. If you're able to do that, then you'd be helping yourself out a lot. I'm heading into the supermarket to get some shopping done now, so I'll have to go. Who cares? All you are is an old hag that just talked back to one of the full-time employees here. I have proof of that now. Well, just remember that this weekend at the welcoming party for the new CEO, only full-time employees and family members will be allowed to go. So, unfortunately for you, now that you've told me you've switched to working part-time, you won't be able to attend said party anymore. And as for myself, now that I won't have you around me to cause trouble at the party, I'll be able to prove myself to the young and sexy CEO and get him to never forget who I am. But as for yourself, since you can't come to this amazing party, you'll get to spend the day by yourself like any other. Right? You have to understand that now, right? This is something I'm going to be smiling about for a while now. Seriously, it sucks to be an old hag like you. What the hell, Janet? Hey, Janet, what the hell is wrong with you? Why the hell is a part-timer of an old hag here at the CEO's welcoming party? The only people that are allowed to attend today are the full-time employees and the family of the CEO. You leave this place right now. Rita? Who was the one that said only full-time employees were allowed to come to this party? Excuse me? Well, it's the CEO's welcoming party, right? You think he'd want part-timers to be showing up to see him on his entrance into the company? Then tell me why there are other part-time workers here from both other departments in the company and of higher-ups themselves. What? I'm sure that with you only having been within this company for a mere 2 months yet, you haven't been able to meet and recognize everyone that works for the company, right? But I'm sure you can tell that some of the other people attending today also work shorter shifts for the company, right? I'd stop it with your shenanigans right now before you start to get others involved that you'd rather not be upset with you. What the heck? Then those that work in the planning department part-time are not allowed to be here. Huh? I, one of the full-time employees for the company, have just decided on that, so get the hell out! I'm really sorry, Rita, but I have to start talking to some very important people of mine, so I'll be going now. Huh? Talking to some important people to you? Now, you listen here. Why the hell are you talking with all the executive directors and such now? And what's this with you being able to stand right next to the CEO like that? Do you not understand what your position as a part-timer means here? Also, the dress you're wearing to this kind of party is way too fashionable for you. Don't tell me. Are you trying to become the wife of the CEO or something? This cannot be. I need you to get the hell out of this party one way or another. I'm the only one that seemed to have noticed this, so I must act now before it's too late for the CEO. You freaking loser! This is what happens when you try to make yourself look good in front of the higher-ups, when all you are is a low-life part-timer. Rita, what were you trying to do by causing all of this? And why were you just standing there in the back corner of the hallway waiting for me outside of everyone's view? My beautiful white dress is all stained in that red wine you were holding on to. I made sure that your dress would be ruined on purpose, you know. Now your only choice is to go home and leave all of us alone. So this was all a part of your plan to get me to leave this party? All because you didn't like the idea of me being here? That's right. Nobody wants to see you in that ugly-looking dress now, so I'd say your only option is to leave right away. Well, you have a good point. Especially since I'm drenched and might catch a cold standing in this cold building with only my dress on. I guess I really do have to head home. But I'll be back. You will not be back, though, is the thing. If you come back here again, I might just have to get myself another glass of wine to pour all over you. Do you have any idea what others will think when I have to leave? All that will happen after you're gone is the party will be able to continue the way it should have without you here. And as for the CEO, he'll no longer have to look at an ugly old hag like you anymore, and can focus on more important matters like myself. So get lost, you loser! This dress happened to be really important to me, and I had it all prepared for a day like today, as the CEO wanted me to. Huh? If he becomes aware, when he becomes aware that this dress he was so excited about is covered in red wine, I'm sure he'll become very sad. Actually, he might become very upset. Huh? What are you going on about now? Janet, hey, can you please come back to the party? If you don't come back here, I'm going to really be in for something horrible. I didn't know anything about that. I literally never thought that someone like you would actually be the CEO's wife. And the reason for you becoming a part-timer after being a full-timer for so long was because your husband became the new CEO. And in order to have someone around the house more while he'd become more busy, you decided to work less hours for the company. And now that I think about it, the CEO happens to have the same last name as you do. Why did I never notice something like that before? Hey, Janet! Were you able to talk with the CEO? He's pissed at me. But I just assumed this whole dang time that the CEO had been single and had no other women. And I never knew that you were the wife of the CEO. Had you just simply told me about that sooner, I would have never had to kick you out of the party today. I had no choice, right? Rita, I think the problem that you're facing right now is something completely different from what you're thinking. Huh? Of course, it's totally unacceptable to pour wine all over the wife of the company's CEO like you did. But even had you not poured wine all over me and kicked me out of the party, you already had a whole lot of problems going on that could not be avoided. I hope you realize that the CEO is not only pissed at you about what happened today, but about plenty of other things that have been piling up, caused by you. I get that I've screwed up already, so just hurry back here, will ya? No. I happen to have a plan with the CEO on when I'm to come back to the party. So until that time has come, I'm going to be waiting at home for him to be finished dealing with you. Why won't you just come back here? Well, you happen to still be at the party, correct? Huh? I have every right to not want to be there while you're still in that building, right? You are a scary girl that thinks it's okay to pour wine all over me on purpose. And I can't be going back there until you're gone for good. I'm a scary girl? You think I am? As a matter of fact, right now you've been isolated into another room by some of the men there. And you have to wait in there until your parents arrive from the town to pick you up. They really went and called my parents on me? I was just trying to get rid of the old hag that was getting in the way of me and the CEO today. Why am I being fired from that company? I told everyone already that the only problem was that I didn't know you were the CEO's wife. Had I just known that one thing, I wouldn't have done anything to you. Also, all I did was spill a small amount of wine on you. My parents have already told me that they'll be paying for your dress to be cleaned for you, so I don't see what the problem is anymore here. You're firing me without any good reason. I could sue your husband for that. Settle down, Rita. I have something very important to tell you. The fact that you did all that when you haven't even been with the company long enough to consider yourself a proper employee gives this company every right to fire you over that. Also, the fact that you already told me you poured the wine on me on purpose could have the possibility of making the whole situation be taken into the police's hands. What? I've been talking with my lawyer about all that happened, and that's what he's told me. You're talking with a lawyer? I'm sure when you talk with him, he'll explain everything in a lot more detail to you. But I think you should stop it with all your BS and just let him take care of the situation with you. But that's... I've already been told I need to pay an out-of-court settlement to you, though. I'm sure that's what the lawyer will be coming to me for then. Not only have I been fired and won't be getting any kind of money for it, I'm going to have to be the one to pay for all that happened. So why is this all happening to me now? I never meant to hurt the CEO's feelings. On the day of the party, just as I had explained to Rita, her parents were on their way to pick her up from the place and have a talk with the CEO. When they did arrive, I was still waiting at my house, and so my husband handled everything for me. Her parents both apologized for their daughter's actions and then left the party, taking their daughter home with them. After that, her parents then helped us by paying the out-of-court settlement I'd asked for with the help of my lawyer. But this did not fix anything really, as when it came to Rita, she was not able to learn what she'd really done wrong, and only told me a verbal sorry. Because of that, her parents realized that they never raised their daughter well enough if this was how she'd act. And so they forced her to start working for a landscaping company owned by her uncle, where he works her hard. She can't even push her work off onto any of the other workers either, as they're all big men that will not take that kind of crap from some small girl. Actually, due to the fact that her parents had to take out a loan to pay for the settlement, they made sure to put her name on it so that she'd have to pay it off over time. So as of right now, she's having to work every day of the week making money that she's not even allowed to keep, as it goes right into paying off her debt. And with that, she cries and cries and cries, all while trying her best to work a very laborious job with nobody around wanting to help her.